isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Program activated.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the RaceKraft Simulations V8 Vets Split 4 Season 25 Round 1, coming to you from the one and only Australian race circuit in Victoria, the one and only Phillip Island. I am John Van Ree. With me tonight I have the Godfather himself, Mark Dial, and Michael Hayes, the unhinged member of our commentating team tonight. How are we, gentlemen?
Yep, not bad things, John.
Yeah, good. Thanks for having me, John.
Welcome back, Michael. Been a while between drinks. That you're back with us now in Split 4. We'll talk about that one in a minute. Of course, Phillip Island is absolutely, and I have just realised I haven't done bloody rules flyby. Let's have, and that's not, the track didn't come up. What is going on there? We'll go back to this screen. Keep talking, boys. Something's gone wrong with OneDrive.
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, that was a bit of fun. I don't know why the first one didn't work all right. Yep, so definitely going to be a very interesting track. Phillip Island, we all know it very well. Hopefully this will come up now. It's not working. I don't know what happened. Phillip Island, we know it very well. It is a circuit where we absolutely come in off the Victorian coastline. It is an island. It sits on the edge of Bass Strait, and I can talk you through it, but I probably need to try and find why this isn't working for me. Why? Because I'm so used to it working. Yeah, Phillip Island, and of course has the famous corner Siberia, which is way down, pointing towards Tasmania. And we start on the start-finish straight. Absolute shocker of a place to race. It gets cold. It is windy, wet, and also these places that has absolute weather environment that catches everybody out, put everybody out before, particularly in real life. It's bizarre why that didn't save. Come back to that track map. What we might do is we might just start by doing the grid. And if you can see that hazy, I might let you talk your way through. First guy, of course, being Stephen Williams from DPR Motorsport.
Great. Well, not like you put me on the spot or anything, but let's start it off. In the pole position, we got Steve Williams, and he's from DPR Motorsport. Second, we got Darren Friend from Old Mates. Rob Baxter in third from CX2. Peter Kelly from Team VGA.
One of our rookies,
Number
Peter.
5.
So you see what he can do for us.
Nice. Number 5 is Simon Black from Oceanic Sim Racing. Marty Hughes. I didn't put my glasses on, but yeah, Marty Hughes' team.
Yeah, Marty Hughes back to us well. Marty spent last season in race control, where he did a fair bit of work driving the safety car for us, which we greatly appreciate. And
I just went full screen and that didn't help us. So 7th position is
Mike Power,
Mike Power from Southern Cross Racing.
And then
Carl Pickering from Picos.
Yeah, and of course, Pico, if you haven't seen Pico's YouTube feed, Facebook feed, I highly recommend you go over and check that out. If you want to see the emotional side of racing in Split 4, Pico, he gives you the pre-race briefing, he gives you the post-race briefing, he gives you the practice reports. He is absolutely all over it, well worth watching. And, of course, the man on the 5th row in 9th spot is JP Courier from Abersac Sim Racing. JP, of course, used to run the RASA League years ago, which I think a lot of us have all raced in at some stage. He shares that row with Kevin O'Neill from We Race, who is now on his lonesome, sitting there by himself with Caio going up to Split 3. And then on the 6th row, we have another one of our rookies, Abel Verbain from Sim Racer HQ. He lines up alongside an old Split 4 favourite, or Split 3, Split 4 favourite, Peter Wilkinson. Another opportunity to get a chance to get onto the Locked On Racing podcasts. I highly recommend you do that. He gives a good wrap-up of what his sim racing's entailing, mental health and lots of other things. An absolute great thing to listen to. And, of course, we go into the 7th row where we've got Vaughan Robinson from Southern Cross Racing. He lines up alongside Dougie Wright from Old Mates and Son. Big shout-out to Doug. Caught up with Doug in Melbourne last Friday night. Absolute gentleman of a fella from Old Mates and Sons, with him and a few of the other boys from the team. Simon Clapton's back with us from Frontier IT Racing on the 8th row. He lines up alongside Dave Baldock from WKMP, Dave 37 Racing. That'll teach him for beating me. And then we move on to the 9th row, Sean Slater from HJR, Team Jinx Shifters. And he lines up alongside North Queensland's Greg Shelton, my favourite Dutchman. And then on the 10th row is you, Michael. A little bit further back than I expected to see you, since you're coming down from Split 3. But we'll see what you can do with your new team, Unhinged Sim Sport, which you basically launched a week ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, about that. Week and a half, something like that.
Week and a half ago. So hats off to you boys. You've picked up quite a few guys already, so doing very well. Dave Leslie, the privateer, lines up alongside you on the 11th row. Some Muppet lines up alongside Anita Buckland from Old Mates and Sons on the 12th row. And we go over the page again. Leon Williams from Locked On Racing, Black Sheep, but was going to put him locked on. He is in 25th alongside Craig Rose from Quantum Racing. Pete Morris from Fishy Motorsports, still tackling some physical issues with his health, but he's back on track again, which is great to see. And he lines up alongside Darren Vermey from 1MLT. Darren Friend, the Leighton Larrikin himself from W2 Motorsports, is on the 15th row alongside the rookie Kurt Heath from Apex Esports League. And then on, of course, the 16th row, we've got Timmy Vermey from 1MLT, lines up alongside Lucky Aces, Stephen Luckhurst. And then, of course, on the next row, we've got another one of our rookies in Brendan McLean from BMAC Racing. He lines up alongside Ashley Hall from Quantum Racing. Dale Harvey, another one of our rookies, is back in 35th, and he lines up alongside one of our two 70-year-olds, one missing tonight because of some health issues there with his back. Wishing you all the best, Marshy, and quick recovery, mate, so you're back with us. So we have Dave Logstar from Team AJR in 36th, and then over the page, or up the page, we then have Thomas Freeman as our safety car driver / race control. And then split 4, absolutely spoilt for choice. We have David Coleman as our chief race control season. And I can tell you already, the jokes have been a lot more funny than last season. And then, guys, who didn't qualify for whatever reason, we have Braden O'Loughlin from Frog Leap Juice, Bruce Galloway from W2 Motorsports, Shane Patterson from WKMP, Darren Walden from Angry Birds, Joseph Granshaw from iDrive Sim Racing, another one of our Split 3 boys who dropped down. And, of course, Marshy was in the server as well. So, yeah, Marshy, hope we see you back on track soon. Look forward to that. Amy Fisher with Watch Out for the Seagulls at turn 5. Oh, that's a hot tip already. Have to keep an eye out on that one. Some would say watch out for the Pelicans as well. There's a few of those at some stage. We'll get to that. Anyway, let's go back. Hopefully, magical marvels of modern technology. There is not our track map, so we'll leave that alone. And I haven't got the right flyby. We'll do the flyby at the end. So just a quick look down that list of names again. I'll just see this one might bring up our list of drivers. Maybe, maybe not. I'll see if I can find my magic button for that one. I don't set those up to work anyway, so they don't matter. It's an interesting field that we've got, and of course, absolutely lost already. So Stephen Williams, of course, he is new to the league, coming from DPR Motorsport. This ACT boy from Canberra, expect him to be quite quick. The DPR lads, very, very efficient team. Pete Kelly from Team VGA. Pete, another one of our new guys, but as we all know, the Team VGA boys well supported and doing very well. Simon Black, we've disconnected the umbilical cord between Simon Black and Mike Koroleff. Simon is absolutely in split 4 with a point to prove this season, so looking forward to that. Marty Hughes, as I said, is back with us. Michael Power from Southern Cross came down from up another split. JP's one of our rookies. Abe is another one of our rookies. So we've got quite a few rookies in our field tonight. So I think there's 9 rookies in total that we've got coming in with this one as well. So definitely looking forward to seeing how all of our new names go as we get organised. I did save that, so I don't know why. Just double check this one more time. I'm having an absolute shocker already. This is a great start for me tonight. And of course,
You'll only get better, John.
Oh, I'm feeling, yeah. I just don't know why that didn't save. But anyway, and what I might do is we might just do Will's flyby very quickly. I'll do a little bit of a bootleg to do it. Apologies, Will. I know you go to great lengths to get yourself in Flight Simulator to do it. And I know you popped in late last night for me to do this old school. So just bear with me, everybody. And
Whilst you're getting that sorted, I was quite impressed by some of the new paint jobs that are on the grid for this season too, John. There's definitely a few little changes that are out on the field, and even some of the new guys, considering it's their first night, have got some nice paint work lined up ready to go.
Yeah, definitely got That's not the one. Definitely got a fair few of those as well. We'll try and show a few of those as we get going through the evening. Hoping that works. And I don't think I'm having a shocker here. I'm going to give up on that one too. Sorry, Will. I will make up for it next week. Do 2 laps of the track instead of 1. Just joking. And got a bit of noise in the background there. I'll just give this one last crack. I'm having an absolute shocker, as I said. Swing that up there. That. Okay. Shut. Oh, I am shocking. Yeah, here we go. Here's our flyby from Will Wilson. As you can see, a little bit of noise as well. And that was very short. It's very, very short. Let's start again. Here we go. Of course, located on the coastline there of the Great Phillip Island. We can see across Western Port Bay in the top there. You can see the circuit, very undulating, very flowing. Of course, Will's still in that Cessna. Hasn't graduated out of his private license yet. Doing very well. Wings are level, Will. Hats off, mate. And, yeah. So, an interesting circuit there. Apologies on the track map. How good is Flight Sim? Like, that is pretty good bloody graphics on that one.
Yeah, that looked really good.
Yeah, so hats off to Will. And, sorry, old F4 fixes everything. Yes, it does, Hazy. The kid's giving me IT advice as well. God, I love the kid.
Nice.
Righto, I think it might be time to kick the wick on this one. And camera angles aren't really too great, but kick the wick on this one, I think, and let's get it started. What do you think, boys?
Sounds like a good idea.
I've got my other one. And yep, righto. So let's see what these lads can do. One thing I did check, if you're out there, Sean Vandermeulen, was the iRacing sound. They're just waiting for the lights to come on. Engine starting to roar. Great start there from Steve Williams. Darren Friend has bogged it down a bit there. That's allowed Simon Black to come through into second. Pete Kelly, he's bogged there into the middle as well. So a few of these lads making their way around, but it is a great start from Steve Williams, Simon Black, Darren Friend, Pete Kelly. Darren Friend's poking his nose back in, recovering a little bit from that little start that he had there. Getting over those wobbles quite quickly. As we come down into Miller for the first time. Let's see what these boys can do here. Who's going to be hard on the brakes? Looks like they're all going to get through. Baxter's through there as well. He's battling away with Marty Hughes. Running the retro livery. Pacific Esports there. But Pete Kelly looking quite solid. Mike Power looking solid a bit further back. Just going to go down a little bit further through the field. Coming a bit further back. And of course, Joseph Koroleff. Kofidis, I think it is, isn't it, Michael?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah. So he's coming down. Where's our lovely Anita Buckland? She goes a little bit wide here. I think it's hit the brakes a little bit. Gets it under control without collecting anybody.
Not a bad recovery, that one.
Not a bad recovery at all. It's going to go back here. Vaughan Robinson under a bit of pressure from behind from Abe. And we've got Marty Hughes going slow on the wall. So I'm not sure why Marty was going slow there. That one didn't make sense to me. And Darren Frere in, I think, with a jump start.
I was very impressed on how clean everyone got off the line, and the first lap was reasonably clean.
Considering Phillip Island is well known for producing some of the greatest before you even get to turn one accidents. Well, I thought we did pretty well.
Definitely. No, I was very impressed. Even with the amount of new guys in the split, they just sort of found their place quite quickly, and it was really clean.
A little bit loose there by Sean. Sorry, not by Sean, by Vaughan. He gets himself going. Lost a couple of spots there. He's going to go back up. Michael Power, his teammate. He's in the thick of the action here with Kelly and Baxter. So definitely settling into a race form here already. Of course, we were talking about this before the broadcast. This is one of the harder places to actually work your way back through the field. You kind of got to stay in a slipstream, get a little bit of help. As soon as you lose it, you're in trouble. So if you do make a mistake, you drop a long way back, and it's very hard to play catch up.
Yeah, I found the pace, especially through some of the front drivers, to be really strong. It was hard to make many advances on a lot of the guys up there. You sort of just had to bide your time and look for a position.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now I'd be worried with Michael with Dave Bulldog behind you.
Yeah, no, Dave's. We like to give him a hard time, but he's very clean. He doesn't just take wild dives on you. He looks for his opportunities.
Calling Dave Bulldog clean. Obviously, you haven't raced him on a Saturday night in Oz Sprints.
Wow, considering I've never missed an Oz Sprints, I've raced him a few times.
Actually,
that's different though.
Actually, huge thank you to Dave too for getting me the win at Monza a couple of Saturdays back.
Yes,
that one backfired on him.
He enjoys himself on Saturdays.
Let's have a look now. Steve Williams, he's settled in. He's got himself out a little bit from Blackie. Blackie's sitting in there. Of course, absolute gentleman is Simon. Quite funny. I've done. Go, Mark.
I was going to say, it looks like he's been taking tips from Mike how to get it off the line, but that was a great launch.
It was a great launch. I was going to say, I've done the 3/4 of the way through my East Coast tour, and the guy that lives closest to me outside of Albury, I haven't wandered up to go and see, so I must write that one some stage the next couple of weeks. Greggy Shelton, he's putting a bit of pressure on Dave Leslie here. So, of course, a lowly rated driver, Mr. Roy Clark, saying in development series there was monster accidents on the start-finish straight. Do remember quite a few of those. And these guys three having a good little battle. Still very tight up the front, though. Just trying to share the love a little bit around.
It looks like that top 7 has sort of broken away a little bit, and then you got another tight little pack from sort of 8 down for a while, and it stays pretty close down to sort of 20th position or more.
It is absolutely. And just for my good friend, Mr. Joseph Granshaw, this is how quick we can react at this place. Here he is, driving for Unhinged Sim Sports.
Yeah, that decision was made last night. The invite was thrown out a little bit earlier, but yeah, Joseph joined us as of last night.
Yeah.
So yeah, good to have him on board.
There we go. Good move. Numbers growing. Getting a good little group there. There, Michael.
Yeah, it's been good so far, and yeah, got the paint together quite quickly through worm paint, so pretty happy with that as well.
You got a master painter in the background helping with that too, I've noticed.
Yes. Yeah, Phil's been helping as well, sorting out all the colours for the guys and stuff. So yeah, he's been really good. Phil's always great help. He works away in the background, getting everything done.
I can see plenty of good paint still. Pico and Slater going toe-to-toe here. Of course, speaking of Sean Slater, if you're going to Bathurst and you're not on the Bathurst Campers Facebook page, highly recommend you get onto it. Just a little idea a few years ago from a certain bloke called Sean Slater. I think now something like 100,000 followers. Absolutely massive information and news if you are going to Bathurst on events and camping related issues and all those sorts of things. So yeah, definitely a lot happening with that on in 2 weeks. Slats, of course, another one of the gentlemen South Australian drivers. Looking forward to hopefully catching up with him on the 6th of December when I do my last leg of the East Coast. So yeah, if you are in South Australia, pencil that date in your diary. We'll be
What
over.
was impressive? Yep.
There you go, Michael.
Well, what I was going to say, what was impressive last night was some of the drivers that I raced with a few seasons ago and the way that they picked up, like Pico, like Darren Friend, definitely a few others in amongst that. Even people like Craig Rose up there trading paint. They're definitely improved a lot since we were all in the same split a few seasons ago.
Oh, look, they've all come ahead leaps and bounds. Like I was blown away last season by the improvements. Like the likes of Rosie last season, Darren Vermey last season, not tonight, but last season was running consistently in or around the top 10. We're seeing these guys actually step up, which has been great. They've been doing the yards, they've been doing the hard work with Michael Stewart in the M1 cars coaching sessions. Those guys having absolutely worked hard, so they deserve where they're at. This is another bloke I've had big dibs on for the last season and a half. He has pace, only needed to show himself the fact that he needed some consistency to get rid of some of his smaller errors, and he's been doing that, and he's been working hard on that. That's great to see Friendy getting himself up and about as well, sitting here in third. Under a bit of pressure, though, from Pete Kelly. Michael Power coming down from Southern Cross Racing. I know that Hoffy would have these boys working pretty hard, and probably good now to see we've sort of got Pitty, Powers, Robinson. So we've got a bit of a contingency from Southern Cross Racing now in split 4. So we'll see how those lads go. He makes good coffee. Okay, I'll remember that one, Matty. I may be passing through with a certain German just before Easter, so we'll take you up on that. He's entered his Kia Stinger's been entered in the 6 hour, so that'll be a bit of fun as well. And let's go back. Michael Power we talked about before. So lap 7 at the moment. Where's Rob Baxter?
Still consistent as ever.
Yeah.
He's been doing real good the last couple of seasons, hasn't he?
Yeah. He works hard at it though. Like I know he gets involved with the Oz Sprints and gets involved and does a fair bit of practice as well. Also ran SRW as well to get that race practice. So I know we've got Oz Sprints, but there's also SRW and the Alliance Sim Racing on Tuesday nights as well. I don't know, SRW are aligning themselves to the Vets calendar for this season that's coming. Like Rob's also been doing officials on Monday night. Like there is a great opportunity to get race practice. Not so much hot lapping. Like I've always been one that sort of tries to promote racing over hot lapping because I think RaceKraft will get you a lot further up the field than being able to do a hot lap and burn tyres. So there's a great opportunity. Vet set comes out, our tracks come out. You can do some practice over the weekend. Saturday night, you get to go into Oz Sprints. We're racing the track on the vet set, vet's conditions. Damage is turned off, so it's a bit of a bump and giggle. Laid back social evening because we're all in the same Discord as per the league's rules. Monday night, you can do the strength of field with 8:15, or I think it'll be 9:15 with daylight saving, whatever. So you can do the strength of field. No, great opportunity. Usually going to race around like level drivers with that based on I rating. Tuesday night, you can do Oz Sprints, SRW or ASR. You know, same thing again, running on the vet set. I'm sorry, SRW is not, but you're can run on the vet set. You're getting track time again and race time. And then it sets you up beautifully to do your own practice and final adjustments leading in on Wednesday night before you race Thursday night. So it's a great little setup that we have now, I think, for everybody to get that match practice. It's probably the word you'd use.
Definitely. And if you haven't had enough by Wednesdays, you can jump in the GT3 and run the Vets GT3 cars as well. So it's pretty jam-packed these days.
Absolutely. A lot happening across the GT3. Still a couple of spots available in that if you're interested still. Feel free to jump across.
Yes, Joseph said that it was lots of fun. He ran it on Wednesday and definitely have told a few of us we should get on board and give it a go. So
yeah, it was a really good night, really good race, really clean, respectful racing. So yeah, it was good.
Nice.
Hall here battling away with Ashley Hall. Got the two halls together. What does two halls make? A corridor. As you can see, the racing down the back here, these boys battling for 30th. The racing down the back here is just as... Oh, Ashley has a little bit of an off-ski. The racing down the back here is just as hard as the front. So these boys having an absolute cracker as well. Paddock trying to fight his way back through from a pit lane start. Running the Marty Red livery tonight.
Have you changed that paint job up much this season?
No.
It looks really sharp, that paint job.
The only thing I can use, I've had a red one sitting on the bench that no one used last season. Paddock wanted to go red. That's the only change.
Nice. Definitely looks good on track.
Will Wilson asking, is Oz Sprints just for over 40s?
It's not. It's open to anybody and doesn't cost you anything. So yeah, more than happy for you to jump in.
Did you get a special guest on Tuesday night?
We actually had quite a few new people jump in. Which special guest are you referring to?
A certain former Pro Series driver that's co-driver to Jordan Ross in the Enduros for the Pro Series.
Yeah, we did. We actually have had quite a few new people, but
sorry, I chucked up a post in our group saying, guys, get on this, and he did.
Yeah, no, it was great to have him in.
Yeah, he'd be good.
At the new level to help everyone improve.
I was talking about Blake Warboys. Yeah. No, he would have known what he was racing. He would have probably done a little bit of coaching in the background there as well, I would imagine, knowing Blakey. JP Courier, he's up into 19th. Lost a little bit on the start there, but he has recovered a bit more. And so of course Blake partnering with our V8 Vets Split 1 champion, the Pro Series, and in the Scops Enduros as well, I think. Bit of a reciprocal the other way.
Yeah, if you haven't watched those before, they're definitely worth logging on and watching those races as well.
Absolutely. We've got a few boys from Vets racing in the Pro Series Enduros, so definitely get around them. And also in Scops Enduros as well. And very entertaining how for 6 hours those guys can flog a car over the mountain and make it look easy.
Definitely. So has JP just not got his paint on, or is he a privateer that's out there
running under the Abersac Sim Racing? Well, I know yellow's one of his favourite colours from before because he used to have a yellow rig. Don't know if he still does. So yeah, I'm just not sure whether he hasn't got a livery sorted yet or what. I'm not sure, but I know there were some issues with trading paints last night, but I'm sorted it out this evening, so they jump back up. Peter Kelly, great looking livery. The VGA boys always come out looking sharp.
Definitely, yeah. No, that's a good looking car.
Going to go back a little bit wide there from Tim and Ashley. These two just in front of Anita. A little bit of contact. A little bit of contact. She's got one.
She's got one.
She picked the right corridor. And
Give her an opportunity and she'll take it these days. She's really quick.
Oh, yeah. Anita, another one. We're talking about guys who have really, really improved. Anita's another one that's really improved a lot. Come a long way. Got to meet Anita last Friday night. Absolute lady. Met Gary as well. Absolutely magical couple. I suppose you've got to be when you're going to sit in a sim next to each other. But yeah, no, they're a great couple. And of course, Gary raced karts against my brother years ago as well. So
definitely, yeah, I've raced with them for a long time now, and yeah, definitely good people to have on board, and yeah, lots of fun racing with them on a regular basis.
Yeah, very, very heavily involved with the Euro Sprints as well.
Definitely.
And let's move on to lap 12. And JP is working his way through. He's got himself up in behind Rosie at the moment. Baldock's apparently sick of looking at the back of your car.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe he should have did a bit more on the loud pedal.
Well, I don't know how I can see it because it's a long way in front.
Yeah.
It's a long, long way in front and the car in between.
I don't know that it's been that long since I passed Vaughan at that stage. I may have only just got Vaughan. I think he had a bit of a wobble and I managed to get him. For a long time, Vaughan was holding me off. But yeah, Dave must have some sort of special subscriptions fucking glasses on, because...
He's through that one.
Wait for the chat to blow up. He's about to tell you how
Pass of the
great of a driver he
century.
is.
Pass of the century.
Yeah. He'll ask you to record that.
Where
Sell that
is
as an instruction video on how to pass the car.
where is the great Wilco? Wilco's back in 33. He's down. He pitted on lap 9, so actually went in early, which I thought was surprising. I think a few guys a little bit caught out with the Strat being 1 CPS. I think also there is a couple of guys I think might have just tried going in on the earliest lap to get home and see if they could suck and see it with a bit of a major undercut. Knowing what tyres are like on this track, very, very tough gig to try and do. So Baxter's down here with him as well. So I've got Baxter, master turn pit lap on. We've got Baxter pitted on lap 9, so did Wilco. McLean, a few going in on 11. Pico went in on 12. Pico, if you get to see Pico's stream on Facebook, Pico was under the impression it was a 2 CPS. So, yeah, he thought he was looking pretty good at this stage. Yeah, anyway.
Yes, no, they're the important things to check all the way up to the hour before we start. Make sure that you got everything lined up.
Yep.
Oh, he checked it. He just misread it. He didn't even see that last part of the. Yeah. But anyway, it happens.
It happens.
Really easy to do.
Like, I was working on a major quotation that was due in today, and we had an inkling something was coming in terms of maintenance. So I actually spent an hour of my work time at my desk, my work desk, not at home, actually resetting servers and making it all work. So it's to do that as soon as possible instead of leaving that after 5 and making it even less time for people to know about it and learn about it. So it's starting to see a few guys go in with Blackie, Friend, Hayes, Verbane, Baldock, Powers. Yeah, so it's kind of a real tough one to work with, if you know what I mean. So we tried to do it. I tagged everybody, tried to give everybody as much notice as possible. There's a few more heading in here with O'Neill. Yeah, never easy. Williams gone an extra lap. So is Kelly. So is Robinson. So is this bloke. Look, this bloke's sitting in P4. What a legend. Jeez, we've got some good drivers in this league.
You've been fuel saving. I didn't have another lap of fuel left in my car.
Oh, I was just looking after the tyres. Wasn't so much fuel saving.
Yeah,
the two
I
go
waited
hand
till
in
last
hand.
minute.
And
I looked at
Vaughan,
the gauge and it said I had half a lap left, and I went, yeah, it probably wasn't going to get me around to the pits again, so I better go in.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, so you really got to keep an eye on. No, before you come into a race server, go into Discord, read the information, get yourself sorted. So there's no hidden costs. Yusuf here under putting a bit of pressure on Husey. Lap 15. JP's the other one I need to look out for. Where's JP? He's putting a bit of
Yeah, very
pressure
impressed
on
with
Dave
Yusuf.
Wesley.
Yusuf's been driving a V8 supercar for like a week and a half or 2 weeks or something. He's brand new to the car and was almost instantly quick, so.
Yeah, I'm getting a bit worried about these 40-year-olds joining the league.
Yeah.
JP gets a little bit loose. He gets himself off the track before O'Loughlin can collect him up, so that's a bit safe. Robinson and myself in. Look at this bloke. This bloke's about to take the lead. You want a lesson in how to drive a rally car in Richard Burns rally? Give this guy a call. Apparently, he knows what he's doing.
I believe so.
Apparently, he's an age world champion in Richard Burns rally, so don't underestimate Simon Black. This guy can drive.
Well, he's been around for a long time too, so.
Oh, yeah.
He spent a long time sort of in the background, didn't he, running his league and wasn't getting as much track time?
That's right. So you got to look at OSR. Have a look at OSR Dev in particular. I can't remember what season they finished on, but it was huge number. And
in the 40s, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's up in the 40s, yeah. Twice as long as what Vets has been going, to put it in perspective. That is a fair effort. And I reckon if we were to do a poll in Discord, I reckon you'd probably find 3/4 of the guys racing in Vets have all done the old OSR Dev series. And then to top that off, I think we may be able to get a safety car, but to top that off, then you've got Scopson itself. And then also you've got Simon and Mike working in race control in the Pro Series. What those guys have given to iRacing in Australia over the journey, like the Bathurst 12-hour that they do as well. What those guys have given, I think we're under safety car here, what those guys have given to the league is absolutely extraordinary. Not to the league, sorry, to sim racing in Australia is absolutely extraordinary. One of my golden rules when they came into Vets was they are here to race. They are not here to help administer Vets. They're here to race in Vets. So don't go and ask them how-to questions and don't get them involved in league politics. Let them have fun. And that's been the golden rule, and they've enjoyed it. I've kept them together so that they enjoyed it together because Mike and Simon have always been the Ernie and Berts. But Blackie Mike went up. Blackie was happy to stay down. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Blackie can do this season, to be honest. Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Well, Roy's saying now that Simon stepped out of Mike's shadow. Look what's happened. Would that be the same for Sherbo if he stepped out of your shadow, Roy?
I thought Roy
He
was
might do
stepping out of
better.
Shervo's shadow. Which one's bigger? I need to work it out. Every time I go up to the Blue Mountains, I'm too busy to stop in, work out where the shadows are. Plenty of trees. Let's have a look at some of these liveries while we're under the safety car here. Marshy's not on track, of course. That is a great looking livery. Thomas Freeman. Talk about Pro Series drivers and guys top of their game. We are spoilt this season in Split 4 for race control. Guy of this calibre knows how to steer a car. It's in safe hands this season. Bruce Galloway racing W2s again. He is back with us. Will Wilson getting those lads up and about, and they are growing in numbers and growing in spotters. Dave Logstyle still racing under the AJR banner. Big shout out to the AJR. 6:30 tomorrow night. If you want to go watch Split 3 broadcast, the broadcast will be on again, and it should be a bit interesting this season, of course, with Zippy in the broadcast as well, racing in Split 3, a bit more hands-on. Joseph Granshaw, of course, that Unhinged livery. Welcome to Unhinged. Timmy Hall, back with us, still racing for Player 1. And another one of the Unhinged boys, Dale Harvey. They're all growing in numbers. And Darren Walden, still racing under the Angry Birds logo. Darren Freer, another one of the W2 boys. He is looking for a good season as well. Dropped in for a chat after the race. The Leighton Larrikin himself. He's been upgraded his gear a bit. Oh, sorry, Tom's upgraded his gear and Dad's gotten the leftovers. So looking forward to see what he can do with some new stuff. Steve Luckhurst back with us, running under the Lucky Aces banner. So great to have Steve back. Steve's done a couple of seasons with us before. And, of course, Brendan McLean, one of the new guys as well, running under the BMAC banner. Paddo, we all know Paddo, one of the most loved guys, I think, in our league. Battles hard, working very hard. Looking forward to seeing what he can do this season when he gets his straps. Ashley Hall, back with us again, running under the Quantum Racing banner this season. Looking forward to seeing what he can do with those guys, some quick guys in that team, hopefully helping him out. Anita Buckland, what can we say about Anita? Absolute legend of this league, I think. Leon Williams running, of course, under the Locked On Black Sheep banner. So it's Wilco to tell me what the difference is between the Black Sheep and the main team. And Kevin O'Neill, We Race, doing it on his own. Hasn't got KO to help him out. So definitely looking forward to see what he can do. Dougie Wright, another one of the old Mates and Sons boys, one of the Melbourne lads. Shout out to Dougie. Timmy Vermey from 1MLT. Those boys quickly improving. Simon Clapham back after a couple of seasons off. Looking forward to seeing what he can do this season. Greg Sholton running under the Mustang North Queensland banner still. Looking forward to seeing what he can do. Craigie Rose, Quantum, we talked about him before, one of the great improvers from last season. And Carl Pickering, one of the best YouTube live streams you could ever see. Pete Morris, I think he'd be pretty chuffed sitting there in 20th. I know Pete, suffering with some back and leg issues. Works very hard in the sim. And great to see the fishy lads out there representing. Darren Vermey, again, 19th, battling his way back forward. Another one of the MLT boys. Of course, brother Tim a bit further down. Kurt Heath did the over 40 series, racing for Apex Racing. And JP Courier, we mentioned before. And this Muppet will skip. Dave Leslie, racing under the Privateer banner again in the 665 entry. Vaughan Robinson from Southern Cross Racing. Vaughan, another one of the great improvers. Battles very hard, drives very hard, learning a lot from Hoffy. His teammate Michael Power in front of him. The Blue 37 from South Australia. David Baldock, sitting 12th, not in the top 10. Good to see. Michael Hayes keeping him out of that. That Unhinged livery's looking good. Wilco, Locked On, looking great there as well. Rob Baxter in 9th, doing okay. Slater. And then we've got Friendy, Marty Hughes, of course, running the retro livery week early, but we'll get there with that next week for Bathurst. And then, of course, Abe. And I'm going to go to Stephen Williams because we're about to go green. carried him a long way around here. Usually you go turn 11 at this place. He's carried him into 12. So it's a tough place, this one. You don't want to get caught out. And he's gone.
Yeah, definitely a concertina happening there.
Yeah. And you can see Blackie tucked right up behind him. He's kind of got to do that jump as soon as they say the car's alone, go bang. Blackie, he's going to have a look.
Going for it.
Got it. That's what happens to you. The slipstream just kills you. This is like split 4, live and learn. I don't think that's going to be the only safety car we see this season. So, and with the pace Steve has, I reckon he'll be back up there again.
Yeah, at least at this round so far, there isn't a clear breakaway driver that's just running away from it.
Nah. Safety cars brought the group back together.
Yeah, even before that, there wasn't like a group that broke 10 seconds or something.
Nah.
So we're all pretty close.
Nah, definitely been a lot of oranges and reds on my timing sheet for most of the night. So there's battles everywhere. So let this
What'd you
start
say we
settling.
joined? 7 or 9 new drivers?
9 new drivers, of which 7 are rookies.
Yep, and they've all just sort of blended in really good.
Yep, up and down the field. Kind of got to fix my blank numbers. I had that last year where they were different colour, so I've got to sort that out before next week. You can see here that Williams is putting the pressure on Black. He's going to have a look here and have another crack back at him. Koroleff sitting right behind these boys here. This is an opportunity, too wide. Koroleff having a bit of a look as well. So definitely racing very hard through here. And Slater a little bit further back, having a bit of a look as well. What does he do here on Hughes? Hughes covers. Slater goes out wide, gets an overlap. Can he hold this around the outside of Miller? Takes a lot of effort to do that, and he has not got it done. Hughes runs
Hughes
wide.
went in on the second lap.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not sure it was a jump start or anything like that, but yeah.
Yep. We only had a 70% fill, didn't we? So
Yeah. So get home lap was lap 8 or 9.
yeah, I believe it was 9, I think.
Hmm.
Well, it depends on your fuel burn, of course, but yeah.
Yeah.
But everyone else in the top 20 should now have enough fuel to get home, so...
Absolutely. That's the case now of just massaging the tyres for that 19, 20 laps to get it home. And safety car allowed you to cool them down. So you can't say no to that. As we start lap 21. You go a little bit further back. Mate Freya back in 36. He's pitted on lap 7. He runs a little wide there.
Easy to do there if you're just not paying attention and you miss your spot.
Oh, absolutely. Cracking little battle here between Leslie and Courier. These two boys working very hard. JP, of course, lost a lot of spots in the start, but fighting his way back. And Leslie up 7 spots.
I noticed you're tucked in behind this group, John, just looking
watching.
for an opportunity.
Just watching. Oh, a little bit of lock up there. Didn't notice I did that. Oh, side by side. still side by side. Probably not the quickest way to go through the last corner.
Pretty wide. Oh.
Really?
Holy dolly. That's not pretty. Here's Paddo.
No.
Paddo about to make a move on Ash Hall. And there's a tyre in the middle of the track.
Oh. Many times that he's just run into bad luck.
And that, my friends, is 2 blown engines. I think that will be a safety car. I think we expect that to come out pretty quick. No, that is absolute carnage there. We might quickly jump to the replay. We might start with the onboard of the 515. And I've just realised I haven't got that in there either. So coming around the final corner, the gap opens up. Ayrton Senna says if you don't take a gap, you're not a racing car driver, so you got to take it. And that is good night, nurse, with that one. And that is how that one finished up as we head back to the safety car. And then, of course, the other one that we have to deal with is we might look at that one again from the chopper with JP. And JP gets the run on the outside. He's got to take it. You got to take it. That's there. You play that one. You do that, wouldn't you, Hazy? And then, of course, that gap just opens up. Got to take it. And they both, I think they both would have been thinking that it was just the 2 of them. They wouldn't have been expecting the 3rd car in there. Watch the front. Watch the tyre. Watch the tyre. There it goes. Bounce, bounce, bounce. It's rolling. It's rolling. And let's go. JP's going to realise he can't turn. He's only got 1 wheel. And we all get going. And let's have a look at the onboard with Paddo. And Paddo comes down the straight here. He gets the run on Hall. You take that. There's a tyre on the track. And Paddo is in trouble. And bang, there is the wall. That car is badly damaged. There is the smoke. And then, of course, we'll go the other replay. We'll go the TV view of what happened to Paddo again. He's going to come around the corner here. No, there's not much more Paddo could have done at all. So Paddo's come down the straight. There's that tyre rolling across. Got out of the way. Leslie probably didn't help as well, trying to move out of his way. Bang in the wall. Keep looking up in the top of the screen, just under the replay. Here comes the tyre. It's rolling down the hill. And that's where it stops.
That's just the worst luck.
Absolutely the worst luck.
Feel sorry for you, Paddo. Next week will be your week.
There we go. Pete Keleher saying he met Brendan McLean when he did his heavy rigid licence. He was his instructor. And he was talking about building a sim rig. That was last year. So there you go. Small world with these vets. So great to see that floating out there as well. Yeah, expensive.
I like how Dave, did you see how compassionate Dave was?
Yeah, let's see it again. Yeah. all I can say is that the new team boss in Split 4 for WKMP didn't help out his other 2 teammates getting him to the finish in one piece. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, a bit disheartening. Paddo, of course, towed without permission as well in the middle of that as well. So he'll be starting really good next week. So that'll be a big blow for him.
Easy to do when you're in the heat of battle like that. That's why you really need to have that button as far away from you as you can.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got it. Mine is...
Really needs to be a second thought to go for that button.
Yeah, mine's one of those buttons that's hard to press as well, so...
Yeah.
And well away from talk buttons and everything else, so yeah, even off the wheel is best.
Yeah. Maybe even in practice, sort of try to practice coming to a complete stop and thinking about what you're doing before you press that button during practice as well, so it's less of a sort of a a trigger for you to go for it straight away.
So, of course, JP towed as well. Didn't come back out, so not sure whether he had used his fast repair already or whether it was just a rookie of towed. If you have towed, you can come back out. So always remember that one. Bit of a public service announcement. Always remember that one. You don't have to sit in the pit and your race is over just because you've towed. The only thing that might happen to you is you might not get the waiver round if you did tow and got on the back of the train. So if you cause a safety car, you don't get a tow. That is the rule of thumb there. The other one, while I quickly look at Steve Williams' car, don't forget to put the banners on. I don't think any warnings were issued out this week, but next week I'd probably say there may be some banner warnings going out. And then, of course, you start losing points and getting disqualified the more you don't have it. We're lucky enough to have a great company like RaceKraft sponsor the league, and the banner is a crucial part of showing how much we appreciate that. Yeah, this is going to be interesting, boys. 10-lap dash home.
And around this track too.
And of course, I was lucky enough to be damaged, so I've got new tyres. But there's quite a few boys there that pitted a long time ago.
Yeah, well, wonder what Marty was thinking at this point. He has to have known that he's can't be carrying enough fuel to get home.
Yeah, that's why I probably should have dove in, got fresh tyres and fought hard. Yes, give it a boot full, Thomas. Safety car pulling away. Of course, hats off to our race control group we got for Split 4. Lovely catch up with DC on Tuesday night. He was in town, so we caught up for dinner and organised who was doing what in race control. Much easier face-to-face to sort that stuff out than trying to do it over Discord messages. That's Steve Williams now has control. What does he do this time? Did he learn anything from the first time? Sitting a little bit further back, still going to go a long way. Got the unhinged car sitting there. Blackie having a look up the inside here. He's away. He's gone earlier. That's better. That's better. Little bit. Black tucked in behind. Sitting here in third.
And the other boys are coming with them, so Kelly and Bourbon are tucked
absolutely.
in as well.
Absolutely. Of course, mate, you don't appreciate the speeds around this track. Coming through the Southern Loop at 120, 130 Ks. 200 plus Ks. Down through Stoner into Miller. The brakes there, down to 70, one of the slowest corners on the track. And heading around 100 Ks through Siberia. And then you got to get the power down. Oy, get rid of that one. You got to get the power down going up the hill. 200 clicks. Come up through Faster Hay Shed into Lukey Heights. Got to feather it across the top here. Back into third. A few boys carrying fourth a lot longer through there. Back into third about now. Down into second. Hit the curb. Get the drive out of here. Blackie doing really well. Stayed in second a lot longer. Most guys going third a bit earlier there. Got to get it pointed straight here. And coming around the corner on fourth. Got to feather the throttle. Full noise. Tell you what, Yusuf's got away from him. Blackie here. 240, 250, 260, 270, 280. And then the speed here through doing 200 plus Ks. Touch the curb, roll it out into the Southern Loop. This place is magical. It is special and great to have us back here in the V8s this season. 3 Australian circuits this season. as well. That is fantastic. Let's jump back here to Slats. He is in the thick of the battle here as well. We said they're all bunched up behind Michael. They are absolutely in the thick of it.
That's the other thing I noticed. Slater's found a calm pace now where he's still very quick, but he sort of doesn't have that slingshot type of pace that he used to have, where he would shoot past people and then have a bit of a glitch, and then people would catch him. He seems just really consistent now.
Yeah, the Gen 3 has really suited him.
Yeah.
Oh, he still drives hard, don't get me wrong. He's still a hard charger, but yeah, just a little bit smarter. I think the RaceKraft's kicked in a bit more and probably getting a little bit more practice than what he used to, but you know, he's still one of the
pace for years.
Yeah, but he's one of these guys that rocks up, you know, 8:28, sorry, at 8:25, 8:30, straight into the coil, go bang. You know, can drive. You know, and Henry James Racing, HJR, that's a team that has been around for a very, very long time as well. You know, and Sean, we talk about how long the boys have been about. We're talking about Blackie and Koroleff. You know, you start talking Slats. Slats' iRacing number is down in those low digits as well. So he ain't new to the game.
No, very impressive. Yeah. And I remember a couple of seasons ago, he would pass you like you were standing still, so his pace has always been there.
Oh, yeah, he'd absolutely scare the shit out of you. As we see here, Leon Williams going for a bit of a spin off the grass there. I think he just followed the leader with Dale in front of him. Collects it back up though, car still straight. Don't need to stress too much about that. Of course, Leon, another one of the locked on lads.
So around this point, Marty Hughes would be starting to panic. He'd be looking at the gauge going, yep, I'm pretty close to being out of fuel.
Absolutely. So if you're not going to do it at the top 10 here.
Yeah, I thought it'd be a little bit easier to move forward, but just the pace is definitely up there in this top pack.
Oh, yeah.
And you look behind it and the pace is still there, 20 plus down.
Oh, look, I don't get the hours to put in. Too busy running a league instead of driving. Yeah, so it's a case really of these guys drive hard and work hard. You know, like they're putting the effort in, they're doing the hard work, particularly the top 20 guys. So if you get yourself into the top 20, you're doing really well.
Definitely.
Friendy under a bit of pressure from Baxter. Goes a little bit wide, allows Baxter through at Lukey Heights. Pete Wilkinson having a bit of a look in here as well. Hazy lining up at the back with power. This is a great little 5-car battle going on. Lap 28. Definitely some good battles all around the place. And they are battling everywhere. Timmy Hall, Dale Harvey. Oi! Crunch time there. As we go back up to our good friend, Mr. Slater. In the back of this battle. Great to see Abe Urbane in there as well. Pete Kelly. So two of the rookies. And some of these rookies absolutely put the effort in pre-qual. So hats off to those guys as well. I think Tony Chapman is a name that comes to mind. Tony got himself into split 2. But the lap slats, ooh, very lucky there not to get taken out by Husey. But Tony Chapman absolutely put the effort in. So hats off to that as well. That's a big part of proving where you want to be and what you want to do in our league. So he's done a great job of that. As this is getting towards the pointy end now.
Oh, wow.
There is battles everywhere. Come on, Vaughan. One more spot, mate. One more spot. You can do it. Ed Heath is behind. Pete Morris, great drive from him. Sitting 16th, well in the top 20. Pretty chuffed with that. And, of course, Hazy's sitting at the back of this train still. And you've got Power and Baldock behind you, Hazy. That'd be making you a bit worried.
I was covering off because Power's got pace. And, yeah, I was trying to move forward, but every time I would try to move forward, I'd run into the pack in front of me and have nowhere to go. So the plan was just to cover off until something changed and the track might have opened up.
Yep. Here we go.
These guys in front were just way too quick to actually get them.
Yes, Luke Gorman. Bulldog was meant to be in split 3. I bought the first 3 rounds of the pub test to keep him in split 3. And the other people who drank the beers that I bought in the pub test said no. I then tried to play the authoritarian card and then get told to get stuffed. So what else can I do? Apart from declare Black Wall Boys is 40 in racing split 4 next season. Now Yusuf's gone in. What was the story there, Mike?
He didn't put in enough fuel. So, being that he's brand new to racing and having some family commitments, he literally got in during qualifying.
Yep.
And he didn't also pay attention to what was going on. And, yeah, he'd set his pit button, but with not enough fuel. So,
yep. No, fair enough.
So, yeah, his pace is definitely there. And looking across the rest of the season, I expect that he'll be somewhere towards that pointy end.
I reckon he will. He's definitely shown the pace in the first round. Long season, though.
Yeah.
Going to go back here. Wilco under a lot of pressure. Power. We're still battling away behind you.
Yeah, Power got me in that last move. I went to make a move and it didn't pan out and I end up losing a position.
Bulldog tucked in back here still as well.
Yep.
And Kelly under pressure. So this battle here absolutely opening up as well. So there's battles everywhere. This is great racing considering we're lap 31 and 34.
Yeah, so Steve Williams is a new driver yet, and then Abel's also a new driver.
Yeah, and Kelly. Boy, Vaughan, that's not the fast line through turn 11.
So the new guys have come out and represent for the first round.
Yep. It absolutely opens this championship right up, I think. There's Friendy here having a bit of a look. Sorry, Hazy having a bit of a look on Friendy.
Yeah, he's moving around a bit and they look like an opportunity. So, yeah, so I was definitely looking.
I'm a bit more worried about that guy behind you closing in quick.
Yeah.
Get in there, Kurt. Just send it. Just send it. He's driving well. I shouldn't pick on him. Credit where
pick on him.
Credit where credit's due.
Yeah, you should pick on him. He's driving well, but know that he'll be picking on you in the background.
Yeah, well, kind of didn't read the fine print on the team policy, which is coming back and biting him in the backside at the moment. So,
Are you able to share what that team policy is, or is it a team secret?
let's just say I'm sipping on sheepdog and he's not.
Okay, nice.
Marty Hughes has gone in. We said he was going to do the big dive. Has moved, backs up into fifth. And he is side by side with Pete Kelly. Can Kelly get past the backs here? Can he hold this off? Coming down into the southern loop through Doohan. And still side by side. This is the penultimate lap. He's gone wide. He's in the marbles. He's off. Kelly is off.
There's lots of marbles out there, and all of the gravel is dragged on.
Absolutely. Oh, it's bit him as well. And he's on his side. So what has happened to Hazy? Hazy's coming through. He's in the marbles as well. I just slowed him up a bit.
Yeah, Darren had a moment and accidentally bumped me, so it dropped me a few spots, but I was able to recover.
You do realise what Kelly and Hayes have just done, don't you? And Hughes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's you're off the Christmas card list now, guys.
Yep.
When you have an opportunity to have a look, I didn't have a lot of choice. Fortunately, can't
Number one rule in Sprint 4 is know where Blue 37 is.
Yeah. Abe's flashing, don't know why, but he's still sitting in third spot. Sean Williams, he's looking very, very comfortable leading out the white flag. Blackie comes through in P2. Little bit of a battle there. Some good battles back here still. Hayes, you still got to fight your way back. Timmy Vermey's up 18 spots. Kurt Eath's up 21. That is a great drive for him to sit ninth. Surely he can get one more spot on the last lap. Easy pickings with Baldock in front. We'll go back to this battle here. Blackie. Oh, no. That has opened the door. Abe's gone wide. Got loose there coming through the southern loop.
Be hard to run him down now.
There we go. Pete was saying there was contact in the second last corner as well. So, yeah, I didn't see that. That didn't show up on my SDK incident list. So, yeah, I've missed that one. Anyway, definitely been a great drive from Stephen Williams from DPR. I said these DPR boys know what they're doing. Team has been around for a fair while and full of very, very good drivers. And he has done very, very well. He got himself out to 3.5 seconds. A few battles going on behind, which sort of helps you to get that walk away out and away. But the rookie will come through, the man from the ACT. He's our only ACT driver in the whole league out of 200 people, so that's just a fair bit about Canberra. But he is going to come across and take the checkered flag. So congratulations, Stephen Williams. In P2 is Simon Black, Abe Verbain in third. Fourth is Robbie Baxter. Fifth, Sean Slater, great drive from him. Michael Power, Pete Wilkinson, Dave Baldock. Eighth, ninth will be Kurt Eath and Pete Morris. Great drive from him to round out the top 10. So, of course, Kurt did the over 40s with us, but classifies as a rookie in the main game this season. Up 21 spots in ninth, so that was a great result for him. Greg Sholton will be the man home in 11th. That is fantastic for Greg as well to see him so high up. Vaughan Robinson sneaks home in 12th. Tim Vermey comes home in 13th in front of Hazy. So I'm not sure what happened down. Hazy, yeah, 13th, that's better. 14th is Tim Vermey. 15th, Simon Clapham, return drive. Great to see him get himself there. Dougie Wright in 16th. Kevin O'Neill, 17th. Yusuf Korafidis got himself into 18th. And Anita Buckland, 19th. So Anita in the top 20 is a great result. And Friendy rounds out the top 20. 150 Ks of this place is not easy. So it would have been interesting if we did do the 200 Ks with the extra stop. But I think the 150 Ks with the one stop made the entire situation a little bit more of an exciting challenge. Probably the what going through made at the time we did it. I think it paid off, guys. What do you reckon?
It was definitely fun.
Yeah, you can go down that route.
Well, we'll watch your replay tomorrow and we'll tell you how much fun it looks like you're having.
Okay, I mean, a bit of a correction. It's Verbane, not Verbane. Yeah, sorry about that. I actually went to uni with a Verbane, so that's how it slips off my tongue. I'll try and get better with those ones. And I'm sure I haven't said Corophetus right. About 5 other names as well. Like, how the hell do you pronounce Bulldog? Anyway, I think that was exactly. I think that was a great start to the season. I think it was a good race. I think we're in for a cracker. I think it's going to be a good mix of old versus new this season. Apologies for that track map not coming up. No idea, because I actually resaved it on the other computer as well. Let's call him Agester. There we go. So welcome, of course, to all the new people in the Discord chat. If you are a driver, you are more than welcome. Actually, driver in any split, you're more than welcome to come and join us in Discord as we talk through it. Gathering, it's more of just a sit back, talk, and chat fest than it is an actual race broadcast. The only difference is the other two boys sitting here having a chat, watching the stream in Discord, and I'm just pressing some buttons to make it look pretty, stuffing them up. Okay. I've got to ask a question though. Like, seriously, how do you make that look pretty? Serious question. How do you make that look pretty?
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah. Anyway, we've got some very, very interesting things that we need to do, guys. First one, before we talk up our podium, of course, is, and that is the wrong name. Get that off there. I'm doing really well tonight. We need to come up with the car of the day, the M1, M1 quality used cars car of the day. Who is your pick for that one, boys?
Are you allowed to throw out one of the new guys? Because, like, those new guys have been doing really well. Like, first night out, Steve in first, Abel in third. That's probably the way that I'd go, considering it's a whole new series and you got the pressure of a new series, and then you come out and you hit the podium.
Yeah, there's some interesting ones there. Like, you got Steve, of course, on the he's got the chocolates already. You got Abe in third. That's a great effort. Kurt in ninth, up 21 spots. That's a great drive. Pete Morris,
I was going to throw 17. That one out as well.
Yeah. If you're in the chat, quickly throw a name up. Let us know. Or we might throw it to you guys, unless you've got a standout mark.
Well, Steve's the guy who won. He's done a great job. First time in the league. I don't know how much experience he has got, but it's an awesome effort to come into a league with 40 other drivers chasing you down.
APR pedigree though, so he would have a little bit of experience behind him, I would imagine. Kurt Heath's getting a little bit of traction in Discord.
That's definitely a great job from 30th up to 9th as well. Yeah,
we'll go with that one. Go with that. We'll start there. I've got a feeling we're going to see Steve Williams and Abe out and about a few more times. So our M1 quality car of the day, M1 quality used cars car of the day is Kurt Heath. So huge congratulations to Kurt. And for those who don't know, the M1 quality used car of the day sponsorship is being donated directly to In the Blade for Balin as well. So hats off to Darren Crosby and the team at M1. They're getting in and pitching that one. He bought me a beer at Emporium South Bank. Is it Hazy?
Yep.
Yeah, he went and bought me a beer at the Emporium at South Bank to pitch the idea to me, did Crosby, and then we caught up with Michael and squared the deal away. up in Brizzy. So yeah, it was a
So
great
is that
effort.
what I've got to do to get back in the split 4? Is go down to Aubrey and buy you a beer?
Might, maybe.
Well, I know Zippy was,
Yeah, but Zippy came to
bought you a
town.
beer.
Zippy came to town, and then, of course, if anyone's ever met Zippy, a few of the locals at the Huon Hotel tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Is that Desi Freeman?" Anyway, let's jump back in. Let's start getting this one to the end, and I've really got to fix that splash screen up. Go back to quarter time. So, of course, our race winner was Steve Williams. Not giving too much away with the sponsors on the car there with that livery. Of course, driving for DPR, I know he'd want to thank those boys. He'd want to thank the race control lads as well. And probably want to give a shout out to Dial and Hayes for the broadcast. Darren, our man in P2, of course, Simon Black. I know he would want to give a big shout out to the Oceanic Sim Racing team. Mike Koroleff as well. He's picked up and taken the chalice from Mike, representing OSR in Split 4, and great to see him getting himself up there, second on the grid. I think we gave big chat about Blackie before, but yeah, absolute gentleman of racing. Got a lot of time for Simon, and great to see him doing well, and I hope he has a great season. And then, of course, Abe Burban, he has done very, very well representing Sim Racer HQ. Same thing again, you'd want to give a shout out to those lads and to the league and to the league sponsors. And, of course, Race Control and everybody else. So it has been a great opportunity. Don't forget, guys, if you do finish on the podium and you don't want to sit in here for the whole race, make sure you drop in just before the end, say good day, and then you can thank your own sponsors and make up for all the people that I miss. That kind of wraps us up where we are for this evening. And we are definitely looking towards next week. Next week, boys, where are we? Never heard of this place.
Bathurst for a retro round. And I've got to say, Shadow Racing are bringing out 2 very, very good cars for this one. One, you may have to dig into the back of your memory just to remember which one it was. The other one will stand out like a sore thumb.
Too easy. WK.
One of your favourite tracks, is it? You like that one, Mark?
I do like Bathurst, but I probably shouldn't go there. But the setup has to be spot on for it to be a good race.
you went there.
No.
You went there.
I like it, but I've never had any luck.
You've got to have a really good setup there.
Yeah, look, talking about Bathurst as well, big shout out to everybody doing the iRacing official Bathurst this weekend. I know the M1 lads and WKMP boys have a couple of cars entered. Forward to seeing what they all do. Of course, completely different game when you do it the official ones because you don't get the safety cars and all the rest of it. So you see what happens there. Bathurst will be interesting as well. Big shout out to Dean Flavelle that's done the WKMP paints, retro paints for us as well that we've had sitting in the background for a while. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what everybody does with that one. I know we're going to get safety cars, so I know I'll hopefully get some time to show off everybody's retro liveries as well. Want to just finish off by a quick shout out to all of the rookies and return drivers that came back into Split 4 this season and the guys that came down from Split 3. I thought last night, and looking at the race control sheet as well, I thought there was a couple of interesting incidents. But all in all, I think it was some pretty good, hard, fair, clean racing, which is what the league's about. It's great to see, and if we can keep that going for another 9 rounds, I think we're going to be in for a cracking season. And my last shout out, of course, is to the boys in Newcastle, the boys in Brisbane, the boys in Melbourne, that I've caught up with over the last 5 weeks. This league is absolutely fantastic. If you ever get the opportunity to start putting faces to names or faces to voices in Discord or voices in race servers, highly recommend take that. You'd have to agree with that one, Michael. The night we had in Brizzy with 14 of us was pretty special.
Yeah, lots of fun, lots of laughs.
Yeah,
and great to meet people in person and really get an idea of who they are and who they are in their sort of personal life, not just behind the wheel.
Yeah, and I know the Southeast Queensland boys. Well, I know Michael's already trying to organise the next one, which is fantastic. Yeah, like this league is full of some really great individuals, just particularly the new guys that have joined us. This league is full of some great individuals with some great life stories, and some very, very tragic, sad life stories, that make people who they are and makes this league what it is. And this league's built on that comradeship, and yeah, absolutely looking forward to it to continue growing. Like season 25 is pretty epic.
Quarter century.
Absolutely.
I don't think we thank Mark enough for starting the best league that's out there in a lot of our opinions. So again, thanks, Mark, and thanks for help pushing us towards the quarter century that we're up against now.
Absolutely.
No, it's good to see. It really is. It's I didn't think it'd come this far. I held off on the broadcast because I knew that the broadcast would make it explode, and we didn't really have the help back then. So yeah, but yeah, no, I'm stoked it's come this far.
Yeah, look, I was a season 4 driver. I think this is about my 10th season where I've been involved in the front end of it. It is an amazing league. It's an amazing community. Like, I get in trouble because I keep saying that's what happened to Husey. Run a little bit into the wall. I get in trouble because I keep saying it's paint by numbers. But I also do thank the team that's around in the back end of it, and it's that team in the back end that makes this thing work. And if they weren't there doing what they were doing, it would be almost impossible to make it work. And I'm talking about the Jamie McKnights with the setups, the Reg James with the graphics, Carl Pickering with the social media, Stewie doing the server setups. When you're putting 8 servers up over a weekend and putting up 4 race servers on a Thursday night, then you're putting up another 12 servers for practice during the week. It is a fair effort just getting those servers up and running and making sure they're 100% correct. And these guys have all got day jobs and everything else as well. Big shout out, of course, to Reg with his LGC images, and for anyone in the league that's looking for merchandise, they do have a merchandise tab up there. Get on that. Support Reg, support the league. If you're looking for team gear as well, Reg can sort you out with that as well if you talk to him. It is a great league. And then also, Dave Coleman, Bruce McLeod, Scotty Van Loon, who'll be back on deck. I think he sorted him. He won't be back on deck week after next, I think. So Scotty Van Loon's almost back on deck. I've got a great management group around me to help me try and strive things forward. Good sponsors. The league is a great league. And, but at the end of the day, it's the 200 plus drivers that we have racing in it that make it work. And, we don't argue, we don't kill each other. And like I said, I've done Brisbane, I've done Sydney before, we'll do Sydney again at some stage next year. I've done Melbourne a couple of times now, but good outing this time going by. 6th of December, I'll be over in Adelaide. Already organised Dragey and the WKMP lads, so we'll definitely have numbers there already. Looking forward to catching up with the Adelaide guys. Plenty of banter with those boys over the journey, so looking forward to doing that one. And yeah, I think I've got Cros coming down in a couple of weeks because something in town here. And like I said, if you meet these people, they become your friends, or they're your friends on Tassie. One day I'll get over there too, Luke. They're your friends that you know in the league that you talk to, and and if you're like the rest of us that have been around for a long time, you've probably had some very, very late nights. You, Roy Clark, very, very late nights, with banter. And when you start putting faces to names and stuff, it really turns those into some very in-depth friendships. And I know even the boys in my team, like Dave Worrell and those guys, I've probably made some lifetime best friends. And that's why this league, I think, works. Anyway, I'm waffling. So I think, boys, we might wrap it up. And we will come back, do this again next Friday night from out to Panorama.
Definitely. Looking forward to seeing you at the mountain.
Absolutely. We will see you all then. So a huge thank you for watching.
Using the RaceKraft PT1 custom-built full chassis racing simulator. The design project, codenamed The Cage, an 80/40 extrusion chassis sitting on top of a Sigma Integrale DK2 Plus 4-point full motion actuator system. No compromises in the cockpit of the PT1 simulator. To maximize the experience, we start with a 49-inch ultra-wide monitor for the greatest field of view in a small footprint of the simulator, down to the SimuCube wheelbase that's tucked up and behind the monitors with SimCore extensions to get things out of the driving area. Everything is connected to a Cube Controls GTX steering wheel with the built-in dash and all the extra button functions available at your fingertips. Driving through the Raceworks S1 pedals, the potentiometer throttle and the 2 hydraulic pedals for brake and clutch ensures you maximize the feel underfoot, and seating yourself into an OMP HTER bucket racing seat with OMP belts connected to a G-belt tensioner to provide that extra feeling and the heightened experience while you're driving. Additional interfaces and accessories in the PT1, we have twin butt kickers, one on either side of the OMP seat, as well as a Jinx sequential shifter, the SimPush Race Logic timer to the left-hand side, a RaceKraft built-in WinSim kit with Philips Hue lighting and a built-in soundbar, plus the OMP side net to finish off the experience in the PT1. The RaceKraft PT1, build number 1, the ultimate in sim racing experience, combining the best products in the market with the passionate, no compromise approach that goes beyond racing simulation.